Why the fuck would you say that?
Okay, let's talk about this situation. So if you haven't seen, there's this video going viral at the moment with some guy losing it at some Popeyes worker because he called his wife beautiful. I'll play some of the clip here so you can see.
You just said out of your own mouth what you said to her. How are you gonna tell me?
We didn't say something.
No, you said she is beautiful. Yes or no?
I said you're looking so good.
Why the fuck would you say that?
I'm sorry for that because we just.
You please get this.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Well, just
Your wife comes to the store.
yeah, but
Wants to pick up a freaking sandwich.
yeah, but
Is she crazy?
yeah,
That she sits through these fucking compliments, these fucking
I know.
creeps.
We just
Right.
give as a compliment.
they made
Why?
they made a mistake.
This is not your fucking country.
Yeah.
This is not India or something, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a
Yeah.
crazy person.
No,
This is
right.
like
Yeah.
insane to me.
Yeah.
You can talk to the same.
I don't need to talk to anyone. When he comes, I expect one of you guys to like explain what I have said here. I'm sure you guys have cameras.
Right.
I wanted to go and look at it. I've been a GM, like manager at many store locations.
Is there anything that
Not at a single time
Taking that in some
has
other way.
anyone. There is no other way to take it.
We apologize. We are saying sorry rather than that. What can I say?
Yeah.
We just greeted him in a good way.
That is not how you greet people.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They
you
learn.
try to understand that.
Yeah, they understand.
Yeah.
Don't escalate it in our lives.
No, I'm done.
Yeah,
Like,
okay, you made your point, man.
just for future sake,
Yeah,
for your
right.
own
Yeah.
self.
Right.
Please don't do that to anyone. Because I am a very nice person.
I
You will
understood.
someday see a motherfucker that's not as nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, absolutely.
There's some crazy people out there.
So yeah, there's the clip. And basically the whole discourse online is everyone's calling this man insecure, and there's a lot of controversy around how he reacted. So what is it do I think that he did wrong? What he did right? And overall, what is the message from this whole video? Well, for starters, the way the guy approached the situation was very out of line. He didn't have to bring in the whole "this is not your country" thing. He didn't have to scream to the top of his lungs. He did not have to do that. I can understand he's frustrated. I can understand that he feels a certain type of way and he's defending his wife. Very natural, very makes sense. However, the way he's moving about it is very immature, very whiny.
Another adventure title!
Like as he's screaming, you can hear the squeaks in his voice, you know? There's better ways to handle things like this, guys. You can simply just go, hey, it's unprofessional for you to do something like that. Especially when someone's coming in as a customer to go and get some chicken. You cannot be making them feel uncomfortable by X, Y, and Z. Instead, dude's shouting out everywhere. So clearly he's bad at conflict resolution. But I think this is what happens in general when someone's angry and they want to have something to say, but they just don't know how to say it. Which is why a lot of you guys, before you confront a situation, make sure you're at least thinking before you approach things, because, well, you could look stupid, just like this guy. But overall, despite what the guy did wrong, X, Y, Z, let's just focus on the wife and this employee right here. Now, shout out to the employee. He apologized. He did not move weird about it or anything like that. However, this employee, point blank period, was unprofessional. He was unprofessional, right? You are a cashier working at Popeyes. Your job is to serve people and make them feel comfortable. You should not be going around saying to people, oh, they're beautiful X, Y, and Z. Some people find that comfortable, yeah. But a lot of women are going to go into that situation feeling uncomfortable. Imagine a woman's going into the Popeyes place, right? She's going to collect some chicken. She's going to go in there. She goes to the cashier, says, hey, can I collect some chicken X, Y, Z, this, and the third? Dude sat there complimenting her and saying all kinds of stuff like, oh, you're so beautiful. Look at her like she's a piece of candy. Of course, she's going to feel uncomfortable. Like, this isn't about the husband or the cashier. A lot of people are seeming to not think about the wife, because clearly for him to go in like that, one or two things may have happened. Either he was overreacting and she didn't actually want him to do that, or she described the situation to him. But so let's lean on the situation that she described it to him, because she told him about it, X, Y, and Z, this, and the third, right? She told him about the situation. Clearly she was uncomfortable that she had to go into Popeyes, get some chicken, simply that, and she's being eyed at like a piece of candy. We constantly say that, and before we even go into this topic, I am not one of those YouTubers that has to talk about, you know, it's social, morally correct things all the time. You feel what I'm saying? I have my own opinions and things of that nature, but I'm being very fair because I've been around either my mom or my girlfriend or my sister, things of that nature. These kind of things make women feel uncomfortable. That's just the reality of it. And I understand the man was trying to defend his wife, but the way he went about it was wrong. But we have to understand that there are some women that find it comfortable to be called beautiful in a public place, and there's other women who find it uncomfortable to be called beautiful in a public place when they're simply just trying to do a simple task. Therefore, what should the common practice be as you are a person working in a place of business where you're meant to be professional? Don't be throwing compliments out. I understand the women do that to each other. That's fair enough. But if you're going to compliment somebody, a customer, for whatever reason, compliment something that they're holding. For example, when I used to work in a grocery store in my area, right? What I would constantly do, I'll compliment the shoes, or I'll compliment the bag, or I'll compliment the hat, or I'll compliment the piece of jewelry. I am not ever, and I have never said to a customer who's simply just trying to come into the store and buy their product and say to them, "You are so beautiful." Yes, in hindsight, it's not a big deal. But to some people, it's disrespectful. Why would you think that I'm that kind of person that you could just call beautiful? It makes no sense, especially if you are in a place of business. It is unprofessional. Constantly, I've seen online that so some people are saying that this is most public places. You have to get compliment to get over it. This and the third. I don't think that should be necessarily the normalized thing. I do believe that some people need to be aware of their surroundings, and some people can't. A lot of people need to stop thinking that everyone should handle things the same way. Let's not all act like saying someone is beautiful is not you basically telling them that you are attracted to them, which is fine if you're doing that outside of a place of business. But when you are a worker and you see individuals coming up to you that are beautiful, yeah, think it in your head, but you don't have to make it clear to them that, hey, I find you attractive. That's going to make anyone that's a female uncomfortable if she's just trying to do her daily routine or do just a casual task. You don't express how attractive you find one of your customers. It can be off-putting. The customer doesn't need to know that you are sexually attracted to them. Like, they just don't need to know. Like, I don't understand what's going through people's minds. At the end of the day, this individual who came out to defend his wife, I see what he was trying to do. But now this is the common thing that happens to people who don't know how to do conflict resolution, right? You have a justified reason to go and confront somebody. The problem is the way you've now decided to confront the person, now you look like an idiot. I guarantee that if this individual handled this in a very professional way, he would not be going viral. But he didn't. And now it's gone past the point where anyone really cares about whatever his reason was to defend his wife. Nobody cares about that anymore. And this is what can easily happen to you. You can have a justified reason to confront somebody. Because you don't know how to do proper conflict resolution, now you are the bad guy. And you can see in the video, he sat there like, I'm not crazy, am I? What did I do wrong? X, Y, and Z. You be sat there as well thinking that you're crazy and everyone's gaslighting you. But really and truly, it's not necessarily that you don't have a correct reason. It's how you handle things. That's how it could easily be spun to you. You never want to be in that position that because you don't know how to resolve issues or solve conflicts properly, now everyone's looking at you like you're the crazy person. It's going to break your confidence. It's going to make you go insane. And it's going to get you even more defensive in character. But now it's gone past what the wife may have felt. It's gone past what the husband may have felt. We're simply just focusing on how he reacted. And rightfully so, we should react to how he reacted because how he reacted was just unprofessional. He acted like a child. You don't handle things like that. If you don't know how to do it, don't do it at all because you can end up doing something very stupid and, again, going viral. But we have to understand that there's no context behind all of this. We don't know how he said it to her. We don't know how many times he said it to her. We don't know how he was eyeing her up. We don't know the entire situation. All we know is that he called her beautiful. She felt uncomfortable. But now we've skipped that context or even considered that context, not even considered that context. And now we're focusing on what he's doing. I don't really feel sympathy for the guy that reacted. He did it to himself, and I feel like there was definitely a sense of moral superiority to him in the sense that, when he said, this is not your country. What does that have to do with the country? Like, what does that even mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's creeps in my country, Nigeria. There's creeps in India. There's creeps in America. There's creeps in the UK where I live. There's creeps everywhere. So I don't understand why he's saying, this is not your country. Again, looking stupid. Doesn't know how to sort things out. Totally insane. He looks like a madman. But however, let's remember that pushing aside how he reacted, what the Popeyes worker did was wrong. And let's also consider that there could be more to how he said it, how he looked at her, how many times he said it. There's things like that, you know? This could be a certain type of way, but we don't know the full story. All I know is both were clearly in the wrong. One shouldn't have done that and one should have done the other. So those people who are saying it's just a compliment, to you, it may just be a compliment. But please, do not be throwing compliments out there willy-nilly. Some people are not going to take that well, especially women. And they are in their rights to think that, because no woman wants to go outside and just begin complimenting left, right, for center, unless she's one of them women who doesn't mind or she's an attention whore. But either way, if you're in a place of business and you work at a place of business, be professional. You know, fair enough, you want to do that outside. Fair enough, you want to do it as a civilian or whatever it is, that's cool. But when you're at work, keep it work related, keep it business related. Don't be doing more than you're supposed to do. Be professional in business places, because this stuff could get him fired. It's gross misconduct. He's not meant to do that. He's not meant to make customers feel uncomfortable. And he's lucky that he didn't even get in trouble as much as he did. But that's what's happening with this situation. It's a shame that both have now been embarrassed all over the internet because, again, they both messed up. But again, I don't really have sympathy for any of them. You know, as a grown man, you should know how to do conflict resolution very well. And as a grown man inside a big place of business where you work, you should know better than to just be making customers feel uncomfortable with compliments. Both immature, both deserve to be put on blast. I don't really care about it. What do you guys think overall? Do you think this situation is black and white? Do you agree with my opinion, or do you have any other opinions? I'll be very interested to hear your takes. That being said, God bless, take care, and I'll see you guys next video.